Hey guys, it's Mrs. Halleck here, and we are at Kiptopeke State Park today with Ranger Stan, and we are so excited to bring you a virtual field trip here at one of our favorite places. So we have our butterfly garden here, the wonderful playground that obviously is closed right now, and then as well we have our covered dining areas, facilities that we usually use to do different activities with the rangers. So we're excited to show you more. Come along with us. All right, Ranger Stan, what do we have here?
So this is Taylor Pond area. The funds that the park used to purchase it came from the singer-songwriter James Taylor.
Oh, cool.
And it's a freshwater habitat. It's meant really to help the migrating songbirds coming through. At the very end, you can see the ducks swimming across. But freshwater habitats are very rare on the shore, so it's super important because a lot of birds, actually almost all birds, won't drink any salt water. They have to drink fresh water just like us.
Oh, cool.
But there's other things in there other than the birds. We have turtles and snakes and water skippers, all sorts of fun stuff. So out here at the native plant garden, you can see demonstrations of certain native plants that grow in the park. These natives are things that are here before colonization. So before we started bringing in new decorative plants, these are the things you would have found, and they are usually more beneficial. This right here is the American beautyberry. If you get a close-up, you can see why they call it that. It's got these really pretty bright purple berries, and the migrating birds love to eat them. Then behind me is the swamp sunflower, bright yellow. You can see how it really brightens up an area. Behind that is the mist flower. Oh, I'm sorry, there's the mist flower right there. And they are bright purple. The two colors look really nice together.
And this yellow flower was the seaside
goldenrod.
Wonderful. Hey, Kippers. So Mr. Stan brought us to this cool clearing and this deer stand. And I was going to try to go all the way up, but I'm a lot bit afraid of heights, so I had to stop here. But what they do in this clearing and with the deer stand is they have controlled hunts. Ranger Stan, how often do you do the controlled hunts?
Just once a year.
Once a year.
To help control the population. So where we're standing right now, about 70 years ago, we would be standing in the water. The top of these bluffs, these steep sandy cliffs, is where you would look down and see the water. But whenever they put our concrete ships out and the road and the parking lot, it allowed sand to amass on either side of the road, creating a really nice freshwater habitat down here. So like I said before, the fresh water is rare on the shore, but we can have little ponds from down here. And you can see all the cool stuff that's grown in the past 70 years. So at the park, we have a very clear example of a watershed. A watershed is the land from which water goes, the paths it takes to get out to the ocean. So when it rains, it comes all the way up there on those tall pines in the wave background. Then it makes its way down here into this inner dune area where it's helped filtered all along the way. And then ultimately it comes out here into the bay. And then very far you can see the Bay Bridge Tunnel, which separates the bay from the ocean. So it's very important we take care of our areas and our watershed to make sure that it's cleaned before it goes out to the ocean.
While we were filming, we noticed this on the beach, a plastic bottle. What should we do with this? Not throw it on the beach. Plastic is the worst thing that you can throw on the beach. It takes about 200 years to decompose.
Okay.
So this is very harmful to marine life, to animal life, so let's find a trash receptacle and do what needs to be done with this.
So you can still see the remnants of a hotel that was here at the park that operated between the 1950s and 1964. The Torrens Motor Court would accommodate for the travelers on the ferry boats that would come to our dock. That was all replaced whenever they built the Bay Bridge Tunnel back in 1964, and they discontinued the ferry boats. If you were going to cross the bay then, you had to go on the bridge.
Hey guys, Miss Flourney and I are here at the pier. And what's cool about it down here is not only can you fish, but this area right here is actually where the cars would drive on to the ferry and be ferried to Little Creek in Norfolk. Once the Bay Bridge Tunnel was built, of course, they didn't need this area anymore because you had to use the Bay Bridge Tunnel, but it's pretty great when you think about the history that's here. Actually, if you look, Ranger Stan, these concrete ships were put in here to help steady the waves and break up the waves so that they wouldn't rock the ferry as the cars were being loaded. They protect this whole area.
All 9 of them.
So one cool thing about Kiptopeke, it's only $7 to get in for the day. And if you'd like, you don't need a fishing license. You can come straight here to the pier and fish. You just have to pay the fee, which is $5. So for $12 that day, you could fish all day long if you'd like. This area over here is going to be where you can have your dog, you can kayak from. On our way to the swimming beach, you can see that there's a boat dock here. Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Hey Kippers, we're at the swimming area at Kiptopeke State Park. No pets allowed at this beach access, but swimming is allowed. Full access to the beach right here on the Chesapeake Bay.
This is one of the many lodges here at Kiptopeke State Park. This lodge actually sleeps up to 16 people, and they have smaller cabins which sleep up to 6, Ranger Stan says. They're gorgeous.
If you don't want to rent one of the cabins or the lodges, you can bring your RV and rent a spot at the RV campground.
We have tent sites too.
And tent sites.
And
Awesome.
tent sites.
That's great. It's the amphitheater here. The wonderful view. And the Osprey boardwalk. As well as one of the very cool yurts.
Thank you, Ranger Stan, for our wonderful trip to Kiptopeke State Park. We had so much fun and we learned a lot of stuff that's here. We invite you and your families to come on down and enjoy and learn a lot about the park.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you all for coming and joining virtually. Hopefully soon we'll be able to do some in-person field trips, and if you want to come down, we're still doing programs on the weekends. We're doing fishing. Come fish all the time. Still a little too cold to swim though. But in the meantime, we'll see ya.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.